I know it started with George Floyd, but I'm not talking about that at all. What happened to George was messed up. Even though he was a criminal, it, what happened to him is still wrong. I don't care. But the police have been arrested. They're all in jail, and their trial date is March 8, 2021 at 9 o'clock. So, but they are in jail. So we'll see what happens with the trial. But it is in motion. I mean, at least they're in jail, and justice should be served. In this next clip I'm going to show you, I took it off the internet, so yeah, copyrights, whatever. But in there, I'm going to show you that there's these two white girls, and they're spray painting on a building, and this black girl is yelling at them. Hey, girls, you ain't even black. Don't be putting down stuff that I'm going to have to pay for. And I get that. Why are they doing that? Okay, so here comes the clip. I'm just gonna stand by and let the narrator talk.
A black woman tries to cry stop to a group of white looters in Oakland, but the chaos drowns her out.
This is not a black woman who's putting Black Lives Matter.
Two non-black protesters vandalize a cafe, but the African Americans whose lives are actually on the line fear they'll pay.
Listen, don't spray stuff out here when they gonna blame black people for this, and black people didn't do it.
Now I could understand white people protesting with the blacks. I can. If one, you have a black boyfriend. Two, I'm married to a black. Maybe I have a black child. Three, I have neighbors that are black and they're my best friends. Or four, I care about all people. Now, number four is a little sketchy because that's not the way people are. Whether I'm talking about whites or blacks or Mexicans, it doesn't matter. I can't see everybody on my block, and there's all different ethnic groups on my block, that every one of them likes every one of them. I won't buy that. I don't care what you say. You can stand in my face and tell me you love me, and I love white people, and you're full of shit. And I can't say that I like all Mexicans, and yo hablo español. Mi esposo es español. Before. I've been raised with the Mexican people. And now I live with Chinese. And I'm learning to, wow. Wow. But I can't sit here and say that I love everybody on my block. Because if I did, I'd be lying right to your face, and I'm looking at you right in your face. I'd be lying. I talk to my neighbors next door on both sides of my house, but they've never been in my house. And I've never been in their house. And to be honest with you, I don't want to go in their house. There's people across the street from me. I'm not real happy with some of the stuff they do. And there's Chinese people across the street. And there's black people who live down the street. And I see them all the time, every day. I don't talk to them. They don't talk to me. I don't hate anybody on this block. And I don't care who hates me. I don't bother them. My wife don't bother them. Matter of fact, my wife is different than me, and she's nicer than I am because she's given masks to most of the people around the neighborhood. Now, I can't say that. 4 or 5 houses. She's gave people masks. She's seen an old woman sitting outside, and she brought over a couple masks and says, "Here." She gives the people next door, which are they're older, and I mean, it's just not that way. But when I watch these protests, and I watch just about all I can, because I'm trying to understand why it's going on. I understand why protests are going on because I read that in the very beginning of my show. But right now, the protesters that are coming at night, those are not protesters. I don't care what you tell me, they are not protesters in any way or form. They are out strictly to loot, to create anarchy, and to destroy this country. And that's exactly what it is doing. I don't care who you are. It is destroying this country. So I wish that I had the power to arrest a couple of them and washboard them. Yeah, washboard them. And make them tell me who paid them to do that. I'd have the FBI. I would have the FBI pull all their phone records, get all their bank accounts, and trace the money. That needs to be done. I mean, if you don't do this, sooner or later, there's going to be a civil war in the United States. I'm not starting it. They are. Because it's just like me. If you come out here and you throw a rock at my window, I'm going to come out mad. If you beat me up, I'm still going to be mad. But if you beat me up, I'm going to do something to you too. Maybe I'm going to beat you up, or I'm going to beat up your son, or I'm going to break your windows out. I might even burn your garage down. It's not going to stop. You're not going to beat me up and then I'm not going to do nothing. Now just think if you burn down my business. You mean to tell me that I'm just going to, oh shit, my insurance is going to pay and that I'm going to open me up a better one and maybe I'll have my plants on different shelves made out of wood and I can move more stuff by my window or I could put up some a skylight so sunlight can come down and heal my plants. No, I'm going to be pissed that you tore up my property. I'm not pissed at George Floyd because he didn't do it. I'm not pissed at the protesters that are protesting for George Floyd. I ain't talking about them at all because they have nothing to do with what's going on after 8 o'clock at night when these rioters and looters are out on the streets. It's them who are going to create this. But you know what? The money needs to be traced to find out who's behind this. And those people are the ones who need to go to jail. They need all their money taken away. This has to stop. It's destroying this country, and it's not getting any better. And the one thing that I don't understand is how come the Department of Justice, the FBI, the CIA, unless they're working behind the scenes and I just don't know about it, but as far as I know, they're not doing anything about it. Why ain't they on top of this? It's been going on too long just to ignore it. I mean, where is the people's champions at? The FBI, the CIA. They are supposed to be our champions. They're supposed to be protecting us. I don't see no protection in any of these videos. I see a few cops come out there, and when someone's yelling in a cop's face, how come he doesn't do anything? If you yelled at me directly in my face, to me, you're violating the law. Because that's not freedom of speech. Depending on what you're saying, it can be a hate crime. And most of these people is a hate crime. Because if you're telling me to my face, F you, and nothing's being done, and especially when you're a law enforcement, and I know they feel they can't arrest everybody, or is there another reason behind it? So somebody please tell me, number one, why is this being allowed? Why is the mayor telling the police department to stand down when they're violently protesting? 2, Trump has offered to bring in National Guard troops. Why not accept that? Why not get the state police, the National Guard in here, or the damn military in here to stop this? You have to stop it. You can't let this keep going on. What is it going to take for the Democratic Party? Because all these problems are in Democratic ran cities. We all know that. You just name the city off and then look and see who runs it. It's a Democrat. So I'm not looking to blame anybody. I don't care about that. All I know is that this needs to stop before the Civil War hits us. And you people who are sitting back there, and I have friends that are doing it, and you're allowing this to happen, and you're going to vote for the Democratic Party anyway, knowing that this is going on. What does it take for you to look and see what's going on? Does it take when the mob's at your house, like the mayor? Look at Mayor Lightfoot did. She was all stand down and let them vent, and it's going to be okay until they got to her house. Once they got to her house, this all changed. She brought in all kinds of police officers. She barricaded off the street, and right now, not even the news media could go in front of her or anywhere near her house. The cops will chase them off and say that they are, how did they phrase it? They said something like it's, I'll think about it, but they chased the news media off. It was Blast TV. They chased them off. They told them that you're going to create a crime here. And the guy told them, check our bags. We're not showing the mayor's address. We're not showing any addresses around where we're at. Check our bags. We don't have anything other than cameras and sound equipment. We're just talking about how she gets protected and the people of Chicago don't, because the cops have a stand down order. Let them vent. Think about all that money that's being wasted on places like Walmart and downtown, all these stores. Do you think that these stores could keep being damaged and they'll be all right? I know you're probably thinking, well, they got plenty of money. They make tons of money. But you know what? Just think of how much money they might have had for all year. And then you destroy and rob everything out of their business. How much money do they have now to rebuild that? Fix the place back up. Lost downtime. Walmart's moving. There's a lot of companies that are moving. They've had enough. They can't afford this kind of a loss. They're better off not here. They'll stick to the suburbs or small little towns and make tons of money without being worried about a mob showing up and bricking their building. So, people, November 3rd, and this is not about Trump. You need to vote these Democrats out of office that ain't doing anything. Or you know what? Don't do that. Let Joe Biden get in and Kamala Harris. And when the mob is at your house or on the street killing your children, I'm not even going to say it's your fault. Because that's exactly what's going to happen sooner or later. You're going to come out of the store with your daughter, and there's going to be an angry mob show up there, and because you're white or you're not in their clique, they start doing to you like they've been doing to these other people. Wake up, people. You better wake up. Don't keep thinking this is going to go away, because it's not going away. It's been 70 days since this stuff started already, and it's just as hot as it was back then, if more so, because they're tearing up everything. They're tearing up your history and everything. You better vote them out. If you don't, I don't care. Don't wait until they're killing your children, damn it. What is wrong with you? With that, I yield back. And thanks for listening. And don't forget one thing that's more important than all I've said. Hit that button over there and subscribe so that I could bring more of these funny videos to you and show you my opinions and make a fool out of myself. I kind of enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing this. But anyway, Have a nice day. And remember, the vote you cast in November could be the lives of your children.